What's up with all the tattoos, man? What's going on? You got.
What? You want to know the truth?
Yes, I want to know the truth.
All right, brother. I got tired of my face, man. I had that face for 28 years. I wanted a new face.
Something major happened to him while he was locked up. And this him when he first went in. And they're saying he lost a spark in his eyes that he once had, and something majorly wrong allegedly happened to him.
One person that ever wore a dress in Hollywood unsuccessfully. That's how you understand what a ritual is.
Welcome to SpillHood, your spot for the wildest gossip and the latest drama in the industry. Blueface just walked out of prison, and the whole internet froze the second they saw him. The energy, the vibe, the look, everything about him feels switched up. The new random logo tattoo stamped across his face, that blank stare and that strange walk had viewers saying he didn't just come home. He came back different. People immediately started pulling up Katt's old warnings about those so-called humiliation rituals. The idea that the industry breaks you down, reshapes you, then sends you back out looking like someone's controlled puppet. And when Blueface showed up with tattoos nobody can explain, fans started whispering that he might have gotten caught up in something deeper than a basic prison glow down. Now, some voices online insist Blueface isn't influential enough for any major organization or secret group to bother with a ritual. But the theory floating around isn't that the ritual was for him, it's that he became a symbol, a message, a walking sign that he's marked and managed by forces bigger than him.
The new Blueface, very, very different. There's a lot going on over here. I feel like somebody forced him to do this. This wasn't consensual.
People are debating whether this whole humiliation ritual talk is reaching too far, but the timing, the appearance, and the sudden shift are making it hard for folks to ignore. So let's break down what exactly happened, why viewers are convinced this wasn't just a regular prison transformation, and how eerie it is that this situation lines up almost perfectly with the warnings Katt has been dropping for years. So here's the straight rundown of what actually went down with Blueface. He went into prison looking exactly like the Blueface everyone already knew. Same attitude, same look, and the same chaotic celebrity situations following him everywhere. Nothing seemed different at first. A few months passed, and then that first leaked photo hit the internet. At the time, people thought the only change was a little weight gain, so no one took it too seriously. But everything flipped when he actually got released on November 3rd, because Blueface popped out posting photos and videos that had everyone staring at their screens in confusion.
Second to myself. Second to myself, man. Get out of here. You know what I mean? Gotta let them know what time it is. I'm dead on you. Let's go crazy.
His entire face was suddenly covered in strange tattoos, and not regular tats either. We're talking a full grid of random logos and symbols stamped across his forehead, his cheeks, his jawline, everywhere. Chase, Walgreens, MLB, YSL, and a bunch of symbols nobody can connect to anything he's ever been part of. It looked chaotic, like it was done to send a message, not for style. But it wasn't just the tattoos that had people talking. Viewers swear his eyes look empty, like the spark is gone. Even the way he moves feels switched up, slower, colder, almost disconnected. The vibe, the posture, the clothes, everything looks like someone flipped his whole personality overnight. Yeah, he clearly picked up some weight inside, but that's not the main thing throwing people off. His whole energy feels switched up. One theory floating around is that he might have been pressured into getting all those tattoos by certain groups inside prison, which actually isn't unusual in that environment. Sometimes people get pushed into doing things just because others think it's entertaining, and it becomes a way to test someone's limits. Some fans believe Blueface went along with it so he wouldn't end up in a vulnerable position while locked up, trying to avoid any situation where he'd lose control or power over himself.
That's what makes information so powerful is, you don't care how people feel about the ritual. It's about, does following the ritual work? Yeah. And so you can fool yourself into thinking there isn't one, but the evidence will be clear. So like when I be like, oh, these guys are wearing dresses, everybody's like, oh, he keeps talking about people wearing dresses. No, it's not.
That is a weird thing.
It's not like that. Look at it from a different way. Look at it. Show me one person that ever wore a dress in Hollywood unsuccessfully. That's how you understand what a ritual is.
But there's another angle to this that ties back to Katt's famous warnings. You remember how Katt always brought up that whole dress ritual conversation, where he claimed actors or comedians sometimes get pushed into certain outfits on screen? According to him, folks missed the deeper meaning behind it. Katt said it was never really about the clothing. It was about what that clothing symbolized: submission, giving up control, and letting the system shape you. And Katt didn't stop there. He said the strange outfits, the tattoo branding, the staged embarrassment moments, the fake controversies, all of it connects to what he describes as a long-standing pattern of symbolic rituals tied to powerful industry circles. Whether people believe him or not, the timing of Blueface's transformation has viewers raising eyebrows and asking if there's more behind these tattoos than a simple prison makeover. You don't even have to believe in any of those deep ritual theories to see the obvious. The entertainment world has always been a dark place with powerful people moving in the shadows. Their goal, as Kanye once said, is to control, traumatize, and monetize anyone who steps into their system. And the wild part is, he wasn't the first to warn about this. Katt has been speaking on this same pattern for years. He talked about how the industry uses humiliation and emotional pressure to break certain individuals down. He mentioned actors being pushed into outfits that don't fit their image, comedians getting forced into embarrassing roles, and celebrities suddenly doing things that don't match who they truly are. According to Katt, it's not about the dress itself, or in Blueface's case, the tattoos. It's about breaking a person's spirit in front of the whole world. And Katt never needed to call out prison directly to make his point, because power is power, no matter where it comes from. Whether it's people in Hollywood boardrooms or the ones controlling the prison system, which some say might even overlap, the strategy stays the same. If they want to break someone down, reshape them, or use them to send a message, they'll do it in a way that everybody can see loud and clear. So when people say Blueface looks like he went through the exact kind of situation Katt has been warning about, it's not coming out of thin air.
So 20 years ago, I knew that transgenders was gonna be a thing. It wasn't because I was a prophet. It's just I had gotten so much information that I understood that things are secular. So I understood that the earliest I had seen that word transgender was Baphomet, the transgender. And so I knew that in the ritual of Baphomet, the transgender, to show allegiance to him, you had to kiss his ass ring.
Really?
And it said both of those things. So I knew that both of those things would become popular in the future. And that somehow calling people the GOAT would be normalized over the sheep being always the most popular reference.
This isn't the first time the public has seen a celebrity come out of prison looking like a shadow of who they used to be. Just look at Gucci Mane. His transformation was so dramatic that folks still joke about him being swapped out for a clone. The theory goes like this. You take a celebrity who's already unstable, already wrapped up in chaos, already surrounded by controversy, and you push them right up to the edge. Not enough to completely destroy them, but just enough to crack their spirit. Then you isolate them. You strip away their circle, their comfort, their control. And nothing puts a person in a more vulnerable position than sitting in a prison cell.
Out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control, traumatize. They want to monetize and traumatize.
Before Blueface went in, he was loud, confident, and moving like nothing could touch him. But the moment he stepped back out, people swore they saw someone whose whole spirit looked drained. The energy wasn't the same, the spark wasn't there, and the confidence he used to flex had been replaced with something cold and disconnected. It had viewers saying they weren't just seeing weight gain or prison stress. They were seeing someone who looked spiritually beaten down. But here's where things get even stranger. The moment Blueface showed his new look online, fans started digging deeper, comparing old interviews, old photos, and even the way he used to talk versus how he sounds now. People swear his voice is different, his posture is different, and even the way he smiles doesn't match the Blueface they remember. Some started saying it feels like he's moving on autopilot, like he's trying to play a role he didn't choose. And then the internet caught something big, the timing of everything. Blueface had barely stepped outside before he started posting those tattoo photos nonstop. Almost like he was in a rush to show the world his new appearance. Folks felt like someone told him, get these pictures out now, because it didn't feel natural or slow. It felt forced, like he had to prove something before anyone could question it. People began asking why the tattoos looked purposely placed, almost like branding marks instead of personal choices. And when they realized most of the symbols didn't connect to anything Blueface ever represented, the theories got louder. Viewers started saying the tattoos looked like marks meant to show ownership, not creativity. The exact type of thing Katt always said was used to signal who has control over who. Whether you buy into the ritual talk or not, Blueface's transformation is raising questions nobody expected. His whole vibe, his new markings, and his eerily calm behavior have people wondering what really went on behind those prison walls. Now, when you zoom in on Blueface's new tattoos, the theories start flying all over the place. One of the biggest claims online is that Blueface didn't pick this look at all, that he was branded by other inmates because the tattoos look way too random, way too sloppy, and way too intentionally strange for him to choose on his own. People are saying it looks less like art and more like someone stamped him with marks he didn't ask for. Another crowd is saying these logos aren't random whatsoever, that they might be coded signals meant for people inside the industry.
Everybody's not the same. That's why when I said that, nobody came out and went, "That's not true. I'm on God's side." Like, none of them. The conversation was to show that there are spiritual things going on in the world and that there are things that are bigger than just coincidence, and that a ritual is something that you do over and over and over again a certain way.
According to them, every time a celebrity goes through a public humiliation phase, there's always a strange visual change that seems confusing to regular viewers but apparently makes perfect sense behind closed doors. And when you look at past celebrity breakdowns, it starts sounding wild but strangely familiar. Remember when Britney shaved her head out of nowhere? Remember Kanye's whole mask era where he covered his face for months? Orlando Brown started saying things that made the whole internet stare at their screens. Now Blueface walks out of prison with a grid of corporate and symbolic logos stamped across his face. It's the kind of pattern that makes people think someone is signaling something, not to the public, but to the people who understand these symbols. Some conspiracy voices even claim each symbol on Blue's face is a reference, a message, or a tag only insiders can decode. Whether that's true or not, the timing and the design are strange enough to keep the internet talking nonstop. Some people online believe the symbols on Blueface's face aren't pointing to brands at all. They think each one lines up with different stages of some ritual. But truthfully, nobody really knows. Maybe it's not that deep. Maybe Blueface got into a fight inside and certain inmates decided to mark him up. A lot of fans are even saying he might have agreed to the tattoos just to protect himself because prison puts people in situations where they'll do whatever they need to survive. But no matter which theory you believe, the effect is the same. Blueface walked out of prison looking and moving like a completely different person. You can't look at him today and honestly say he's the same man who walked in.
Brother, I didn't mean to shoot you, bro. If you seeing this, forgive me, man. This is a true apology. I took a couple classes in there too.
For real?
Yep, Civilization University. I went to school for that.
That's cool.
Couple classes.
That's good growth, man. It's great to hear.
His whole aura feels cracked, like something inside him shifted and never came back the same way. So now the big question stands. What really happened? Are people reading too much into the humiliation ritual talk? Was this just Blueface trying to stay out of trouble inside? Or does this look more like something deeper? Some kind of forced branding, a warning, or a message only certain people understand? And if Katt was right about these rituals, what exactly are they trying to prove by breaking down celebrities one by one? What's the goal? What's the message? Why Blueface? And why now? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this situation has the whole internet debating. Are viewers overreacting, or is there something way bigger going on behind Blueface's new look? Let me know what you think, and make sure you hit that like button, drop a comment, subscribe to SpillHood, and I'll see you in the next one.